Prabupada Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna to all the devotees, Dhanush Pranams. So today, welcoming each one of you for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we will actually play a recording of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabupada. So just give me a minute, I'll go ahead and then share. Hare Krishna.
Following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, text number 32, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabupada, recorded on October 12, 1974, in Mayapur, India.
Some say that the unborn is born for the glorification of pious kings, and others say that he is born to please King Yadu, one of your dearest devotees. You appear in his family as sandalwood appears in the Malaya hills.
Kitidahu Rajanajatam Punna Slokasya Pitaye Jada Priyasya Annavai Malayasya Eva Chandanam. So, Krishna has nothing to do. He is the supreme. Why he shall have something to do? Natasya karjam karanam. This is the definition in the Vedas. God has nothing to do. He is self-sufficient. Neither he has got any aspiration. Just like we are thinking of purchasing this land, that land. Why Krishna will think like that? Because every land is belonging to him. So he has nothing to purchase. Everything is there. So, why he comes? That is the same way as Krishna says personally. He comes for Pritranaya sadhunam vinashaya jaduskita. He wants to give protection to the devotees, to glorify the devotees. That is his business. Otherwise he has no business. He has nothing to do. Just like a devotee has nothing to do except serving Krishna, except to see Krishna is pleased. Similarly, Krishna has nothing to do, but he wants to glorify his devotee. This is reciprocation. Je jathamang prapaddante. If you dedicate your life for glorifying the Supreme Lord, the Lord is also ready. His business is to glorify you. Otherwise he has no business. Therefore here it is said that Priyas, Jada Priyas, King Jadu became very dear to Krishna by rendering service. Priyasa, as Krishna is very dear to the devotee, similarly devotees are also very, very dear to Krishna. There is another verse, Sapadamulang bhajata priyas. Sapadamulang bhajata priyas. If one is engaged at the lotus feet of Krishna, he becomes very, very dear. Sapadamulang bhajata priyas. Bhajata. One who is simply engaged for rendering service to the lotus feet of Krishna, he has no other business. He becomes priya. And as soon as you become priya or dear to Krishna, then your all problems solved. Just like if you become a dear child of a very big rich man, then what is your problem? Automatically, he is taken care of. Because he has become dear child of a very big man, so what is his problem? No problem. Similarly, we have to become very dear to Krishna, then all our problems solved. These rascals, Kurmis, they do not know. They want to become happy by their own endeavor. That is called Kurmi. They are working very hard, the same thing, to be very happy. And the devotee is also trying to become happy. Everyone is trying. Sukham mattam trikam jattat tat atindriya grayam. Everyone is trying to become happy, because to become happy is our natural tendency. Anandamaya bhyasat. Everyone is trying to become happy. But the Kurmis, the Gyanis, the Yogis, they do not know how to become perfectly happy. That making their own endeavor. Kurmis are trying to work hard day and night to get money. Somewhere or other, never mind black and white, bring money. I must have nice car, nice house, nice bank balance. This is good. And Gyani, when he is fed up with working, when he understands that this working hard and bank balance could not make me any way happy, so therefore this is false. All these activities, what are the Brahma Sattva, Jagan Mithya. They become disgusted and take to Brahma Sattva. But Brahma Sattva is fact, but because they are trying to understand Brahma by their speculative method, they cannot understand Brahma. Athapiti deva padambujadayam prasada leshanugrhita eva hi janati tattam. You can understand the Supreme Brahma. Simply understanding Brahma will not give you satisfaction. Simply understand. Aham Brahmasmi. This will not. Suppose if you have got money and you are aware that you are very rich man, you simply thinking that you are very rich man and you see your money in the treasury, you will be happy? No. When the money is utilized in so many ways for your gratification, then you are able. Similarly, simple understanding aham brahmasmi, this realization will not make you happy. You have to utilize his Brahma's position. That means bhakti. This is called shanta rasa. Simply to understand aham brahmasmi. This is called shanta rasa. You must develop further. That is called dasa rasa. To become the servant of the Supreme Brahma. Then further advance. Simply to understand that I am Brahma will not give you. Just the same example, it is very easy that if you simply understand you have got much money, just like we are trying to purchase land. But purchase land means I must have money. The money is there. So why am I not happy? Why I am trying to purchase land? To utilize the money. That is required. Every businessman has got money, enough money. But why they are active in the business circle, they are going to the market, share market, this market, utilize the money. The same thing, simply to understand that aham brahmasmi. Therefore they fail. All these so-called sannyasis, simply understanding aham brahmasmi, I have become now Narayan, not giving them satisfaction. But because they have no information about rendering service to the Parabrahma, they come to again to this material field to render service, to open a hospital, to open a school, to feed the Daridra Narayan. In this way they image, because they want activities. So, Brahma realization without activity of Brahma will not allow you to stay in the Brahma position. You will fall down. Arujya krichena parang padang tata patanti adha anadita jasmatang. Patanti adha, by great austerities and penance, they can rise up to the param padam, aham brahmasmi, brahma padam. But arujya krichena parang tata, from that place, patanti adha, again falls down in this material world. Why? Anadita jasmadangaya. Because they did not learn how to honor your lotus feet. Because they are impersonalists. They are God, the Brahma has no leg. And so how they will take shelter of the leg or lotus feet? Impersonal. Therefore the very word is used, anadita jasmad angra. Angra means this leg, lotus feet. Because they have no information, or even they have got information, they are not inclined to render service, therefore they fall down. This is the position. So, our business is not to realize simply that I am aham brahmasmi. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahma bhuta prasannat. When you understand that you are not this body, but you are spirit soul, then actually if you realize, then if I understand, na jayate na mriyate va, this soul does not die. That here the kurmis are working very hard because he is upset that if I do not work hard, if I do not get money, then I shall die out of starvation. But if you are actually Brahma realized, if you understand that I will not die, then where is your activities? You will not die. If somebody, some physician gives you a tablet, now you take this tablet, you will not die, then you will stop working immediately, because I will not die. So Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, that is all right. Now I am spirit, soul, I understand I will never die. That is prasannatma. Nasujati nakankhavi. There is no need of lamentation. Samas sarveshu bhutesh. But mad bhakti ravate param. If you do not take to devotional service, simply by realizing that you are Brahma, will not help. And by devotional service, you can become dear. Just like Arjuna is addressed by Krishna, Bhaktosi Priyosi. You are my devotee and very dear friend. So our business is somehow or other to become very dear to Krishna as a servant, as a friend, or as father and mother, or as lover, somewhere or other. You make Krishna your dear as master, or as son, or as father, or father they are doing, everyone. Even ordinary person, if he is God conscious, he takes Krishna as Supreme Father, just like the Christians, they take that, oh Father, give us our day. Father means to ask him, give me, give me, give me, give me. Nobody wants to give Father, but wants to take from Father. Sometimes our students, when they spend extravagantly, and I point out, he says, my father has sent money. Sometimes, my father has sent money. Yes. Why did you stay at Ashoka Hotel? My father sent money. Said, why not ask your father to send money? Why you are collecting by making life members? So, my idea of father. Father means that whenever I want to stay in Ashoka Hotel, he will send money. Not that I will send money to father, he may stay at Ashoka Hotel. Nobody thinks like this. Father may send money and I shall stay in Ashoka. This is the idea of father. Father means to exploit him. To exploit. So, the father conception of God, mother conception of God is not bad. Just like in Bengal especially, they have got mother conception. Mother conception means the same thing, to exploit, take from mother or father. But the Vaishnava conception is not to accept God as father or mother, but as son. Son means to give. Father means to take from him, and son means to take from the father. So if you become father of God, then your business will be to give, not to take. That is Vaishnava. From the very beginning of the son's life, the mother is giving service to the son, the father is giving service. Therefore, the service is there. Even Krishna is afraid of Mother Jasoda. Why? Why Mother Jasoda was trying to bind Krishna? Because he disrupted the process of service of Mother Jasoda to Krishna. That is. Mother Jasoda tried that you have broken the butter and you have distributed to the monkeys, you rascal, then how you will live? I kept the butter for you so that you will eat and you will become fatty. And you have broken that and you have distributed the butter to the monkeys, so you must be punished. So the aim is to serve Krishna. Not that Jasoda is thinking, my butter is spoiled by this child, therefore he should be punished. He is anxious to see that Krishna may not starve for want of butter. His child, he does not know, he has distributed the butter to the monkeys. But Krishna knows that these monkeys are not ordinary monkeys. Those monkeys, they have taken birth in Vrindavan and come to Krishna. Do you think they are ordinary ones? They are devotees. The devotees, they are playing as monkey for Krishna's satisfaction. These are the intricate meanings of understanding Krishna's Leela. Therefore Krishna says, Janma karmam me dibbam jujanati tattva. To understand Krishna Leela. Therefore we have to understand Krishna Leela, Krishna from this book, Bhagavad Gita, but not directly. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends Bhagavat Gya Paro Bhagavata Sthane. Just try to understand Bhagavat or Bhagavan from the realized soul, not from the professional man. So, here, Kechidahu Rajanga Jatam Ahu Ajam Jatam. Contradiction. Now, Krishna says, Ajopi, although I am birthless, I do not take birth. Ajopi son, Abhayatma, Bhutanam Ishwaropi son. He is the supreme being, he is the master of everyone, and he never takes birth, still he takes birth. Contradiction. He never takes birth, Ajo, at the same time, Ajopi, here it is said, Kechidahu Ajam. God of Krishna is Ajo. He never takes birth. But again he said Jatam, he has taken birth. These contradictions should be understood. The Vedas, there are many such contradictions. Pasati Achakhu. Krishna, God sees, but he has no eyes. Similarly, Krishna takes his birth, although he never takes birth. These are contradictions. Pasati Achakhu Apani Pada Javanak Grahita. He has no leg, but he goes so fast, nobody can compete. These are Vedic statements, you will find in the Upanishad. Apani Pada, he has no leg, he has no hand. A Javanak Grahita, but if you offer him something, he takes. Krishna says, it is not my word. Patram puspam phalam toyam jomi bhaktya prajachati tadaham asnami bhaktya upritam. Now, if the Supreme Lord, God has no hand, no leg, then how he can walk? Just like Sakhi Gopal. Sakhi Gopal, he was deity, apparently showing as made of stone, and the devotee is asking, my Lord Gopal, you have to come to give witness. Gopal was smiling and said, how you expect a deity can walk, that I shall go to give witness for you. The Bhakta said, if the deity can speak and smile, he can walk also. That is the conviction of devotee. And the other party, they agreed that if Gopal comes to give witness, my sister will be given to you. He, because he is atheist, he is thinking that how the deity will come. He will never come, then I shall not have to fulfill my promise. He was confident like that. That is the difference between a devotee and non-devotee. The non-devotee cannot understand. They will take it that once you say that God has no eyes, then how he can see? God has no leg, then how can he walk? God has no hand, then how can he accept your offering? Therefore, the conclusion should be that Ajopi, although Krishna never takes birth, and again he takes birth, he has taken birth, therefore his birth is not like our birth. This is the condition. He has no birth, but he has taken birth. Therefore, an intelligent man will conclude that his birth is not like our birth. Therefore Krishna says, Janma karma me divyam. It is all transcendental. It is not this ordinary birth. Ordinary birth means male and female union, then there is pregnancy, then the child comes out of the womb. It is not like that. It is, we can take this example, just like the sunrise in the morning, Udila Aruna Purava Bhage. Before the sunrise, the sky becomes reddish, and then the sun comes out. So if somebody says that the eastern side is the birthplace of sun, is it a fact? No. The sun is always there in the sky, but with your limited eyes you are seeing that now is coming sunrise. Sun does not rise, not set. Sun is already there. Your imperfect eyes, you see there is sunrise, there is sunset. Is it not a fact? Similarly, Krishna is always there. But because we do not know Krishna, therefore we understand that Krishna is taking birth from Devaki, or Krishna has taken birth in the family of the Jodhus. Yes, he appears like that he has taken birth in the Jodhu family. Because why? The purpose is to glorify the family, because it belongs to the devotee, Maharaj. That is his purpose. His real purpose is that the Jodhu dynasty, Maharaj Jodhu was a great devotee. Jodha Priyasya. He appears to take birth in the family of Maharaj Jodhu, just like Lord Ramchandra. He took birth in the family of Maharaj Raghu. Therefore, Lord Ramchandra is called Raghunath, Dasarathi. As Krishna is called Vasudev, because he accepted Vasudev as his father. So, actually, Krishna has no birth. Krishna doesn't require. He can appear in any family. He, just like Krishna appeared Matsavata in the family of fish. Kesavadhita meena sarira jaya jagadisha. Krishna took birth as a pig. Kesavadhita varaha sarira jaya jagadisha. Krishna is free. He can appear anywhere, everywhere. That's like Ishara sarvabhutanam riddhesa arjuna tishtati. He is situated in everyone's heart. So he is with everyone, every living being has got Krishna. So Krishna is already there in the heart. From the heart he appears in front, just like Dhruva Maharaj. He was meditating that Vishnu form of Krishna, and all of a sudden he saw that Vishnu is not there. Then he opened his eyes, he saw Vishnu is in front. So what is the difficulty for Krishna? If he is within the heart and he comes in your front, is it very difficult task for him? But the rascals, atheists, they cannot understand. Krishna is everywhere. That is explained here. Jada Priyasya Annavaya. He can appear. How it is? Malayaseva Chandanam. The sandalwood is famous as produced in Malaysia or Malayas. I think formerly they used to grow sandalwood in Malaysia. What is the capital? Kuala Lumpur. Yes, we had been in Kuala Lumpur. Now instead of sandalwood, they are growing rubber. Formerly, Malay Chandan, Malayan Chandan, sandalwood was very famous. Still it is famous. So, this Chandan tree can grow anywhere. But it is famous as Malayan Chandan. Similarly, Krishna can appear from anywhere. He is independent. But he appeared as this descendant of the Jadu dynasty. Why? Jada Priyasya. Punna Slokasya Kirtaya. Those who are devotee, they are Punna Sloka. Or Krishna is also Punna Sloka, Uttama Sloka. Krishna is another name. As Krishna is known as Uttama Sloka, similarly the devotees are called Punna Sloka. How they become Punna Sloka? Simply by hearing about Krishna. Sinnathang Sakatha Krishna, Punna Sloka Kirtan. Anyone who is always in contact with Krishna, he is Punna Sloka, and Krishna is Uttama Sloka. Uttama Sloke Bhagavati Bhakti Bhavati Nashti. So these are the terms used in the Shastra. As Krishna is Uttama Sloka, similarly a devotee is Punna Sloka. As the devotee worships Krishna with selected poems, Uttama Sloka. They are not ordinary poems. Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpa vrikka lakha britesu surabhi ravi. These are not ordinary verses. These are transcendental verses. Govindamadi purusam tamaham bhajami. So Krishna is worshipped by transcendental verses, transcendental language, Vedic language, that is transcendental language. That's what is called Uttama Sloka. The Punna Sloka, when he is advanced, he can worship the Uttama Sloka. Nasta prayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam, daily, regular. So, as you are daily hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, if you go on, then nasta praya, everything, all dirty things within your heart, Chita Darpana Marjana, it will be all clean. Then you become Punna Sloka. Punna Sloka. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Sinnatang Sakata Krishna Nityam Punna Sloka Kirtan. Simply by hearing. So we are inviting everyone to become Punna Sloka. Simply by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no, come here, take prasadam, chant Hare Krishna, dance in jubilation, become Punna Sloka, and Krishna, you become very dear to Krishna. This is perfection of life. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So that was a very wonderful lecture from Srila Prabhupada. So simple and so effective. I mean, it's so direct, and he's making it so clear. So, in fact, just to summarize a little bit, in fact, Prabhupada was talking about how Brahman realization is something that is not going to give us happiness, and then very nicely he equates it to the aspect that just knowledge is not sufficient for happiness. And then he goes on and then gives the analogy of a rich man just being aware that he has the money is not going to give him happiness. Okay, it can give him a little bit of satisfaction, but then the actual true happiness is not there. The happiness comes only when the money is spent, it is utilized. So in the same way, the knowledge has to be applied, and then from there, then the happiness begins. But just impersonal realization of the Lord, not accepting the form of the Lord, actually becomes a hindrance for carrying out any seva or any service for the Lord. So that's the point that Prabhupada brought out so well. And then and then he also says like how do we understand that it is not permanent to the Brahman realization? It's because the people who are actually Brahman realized, who relinquish everything and then they go, then they again come back and then take up some activities like social activities, like they do some building of schools and hospitals and etc. etc. So this way we can understand that they are not actually having a complete realization or complete liberation. It is only half. So that's the aspect. And then also Prabhupada was talking about the contradictions that exist when we are talking about the Lord, about how the unborn Ajam is actually taking a birth, and then how a person, he has no legs, but then he walks. So he's taking the reference of Vishopanishad and then bringing out the aspect of how the Lord is beyond, he's inconceivable. He's beyond our conception of what we generally think. So that's the aspect that he brought out. And then he was saying that the aspect of God realization and the aspect of how we can understand this is simply by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam and then hearing about the various pastimes of the Lord, because everything is divine. Janma karma chme divyam. And then he also says that if we do that, then we will become punya shloka. That means then we will become realized. So that's some of the aspects that Prabhupada brought out so nicely. Of course, there are more points. So devotees can unmute and then they can share their thoughts and realizations on this lecture that we just heard now. So devotees, over to you. Anybody wants to add anything, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam to you, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, suppose we want to hear regularly like this, the recordings are available, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, the recordings are available. In fact, every class is recorded by His Grace Ravi Lochan Prabhu, and then it is stored in folders. So, yes, it is available.
Today, is it available on YouTube, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. In fact, today we played the recording from the YouTube only. So, it is available. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We have heard about Uttama Sloka, but we have not heard about Punya Sloka. Where Prabhupada refers to devotees as Punya Sloka.
Yes, Mataji. Like how Uttama Shloka is means it is a Lord, Punya Shloka is the devotee who is serving the Lord.
Prabhu, tomorrow you said the chanting will be there, Nirjala Ekadasi. Are the Prabhus coming to the temple, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. So here it says that the chanting will be there from 5 a.m. and it will go on up to 3 p.m. So that's giving the devotees an opportunity to chant 64 rounds in the association of devotees, senior devotees. Like His Grace Krishnanand Prabhu is there, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu will be there. So they, in their association, chanting can happen. So that's which means that it is happening in the temple hall. Now, I'm not very sure if there will be a Zoom also set up for this particular activity.
No. Just one live.
Zoom will not be there, Mataji, because it's...
yeah, we'll come to the temple, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, thank you, Prabhu, for clarifying. So, Zoom will not be there for the chanting, which is from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. So, that's an impetus for all the devotees to come to the temple and then take association. I'm sure they can come in case if they have some work, they can come in between and then chant for a few hours and then go back also. That is also okay.
One announcement, Prabhuji. Tomorrow we will have a class at 8 o'clock by Krishnananda Prabhu. His Grace Krishnananda Prabhu will give class from 8 to 9 in the temple. So tomorrow we will not have class at 7:15, but it will be at 8. And day after tomorrow, as per the announcement, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu will give class from the temple at 8 a.m. just take a note of the change in time.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. So just to reiterate what Prabhu is saying, tomorrow and day after, both the days, the class is not at 7:15, it is at 8, and it will be relayed from the temple, from the...
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Is it 8 a.m., Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, 8 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
So, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, tomorrow there will be a Zoom class at 8 a.m.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay.
Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Zoom, not at 7:15.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And day after also it is the same.
Yeah.
Because we have two senior devotees who will be speaking.
Thank you.
All right. So anyone else has any other questions or comments, please go ahead. I mean, not questions, comments and reflections.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I think the most striking point by Srila Prabhupada was how he used a very simple example to connect with such a high philosophy. So, especially on the two aspects that you mentioned. One is that somebody thinking that Lord is, supreme, absolute, or having Brahman realization itself is not good enough, because it's like rich man having wealth but not spending it. So that's a very, very good example. Really, making such an impact. Simple example, day-to-day life example. So powerful, Prabhuji.
Very true. I agree to that. All right. So if there aren't any other comments, we can end the session for today. So we'll end it with the Vaishnav pranams. So Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gurudev ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. So, and yes, all of you are aware, tomorrow is the Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, very auspicious, special day. So, on that occasion is where all this chanting and other things are all happening. So, it would be, I mean, it's a request to make use of this particular day to increase our spiritual points. So, thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dandas Pranams to all of you. I'll close the session for all. Have a wonderful KC filled day. Thank you.